So here we are, Wednesday, for midday mumbles, because I forgot to do them this morning when Pippi and I went, and I think I forgot to do them yesterday. I think for whatever reason I got distracted in both yesterday and this morning. Hope that's not an indicator of mental decline. You never know as you're advancing in age. Anyway, what's going on? Well, Pippi and I were walking while Lily has gone into Provigo, so we're walking around the block. And I was given a suggestion today to hold my camera at wide angle. So I'll see how that looks. I think I tried that once before, but when I posted it on Facebook, the image was sideways, if I recall. I could be wrong. Maybe another sign of mental decline. So we'll find out after I try this one out. So what's going on today? Well, I'll tell you, I actually went and tried to use Tweeter. I'll call it Tweeter instead of Twitter. I prefer that. Come, Pippi. Just to annoy people, particularly Republicans. And to be honest, I had created a Tweeter account in 2013. I vaguely recall that now, when the provincial election, I believe it was in 14, was approaching. I decided to try Tweeter, and I had actually followed Parti Québécois because I wanted to hear what they had to say. And I vaguely recall, I think it was when it was Pauline Marois. I could be wrong. Anyway, so when I was trying to access it today, I went to where I hide and store all my logins for all these different websites and subscriptions and whatever else. And I found that I did have a Twitter one, and I had set it up for my furniture email account, thinking that I would do, whatever I could do for my furniture stuff. So I signed up, or logged in, I guess is the proper thing, today to try to figure out a way to use it if it was going to be useful to me. Wait, Pippi, we got to go this way. Come. Pippi, come this way, come. So we're in a fairly busy street right at the moment, just after lunch hour. I did tweet Toby today asking for what's happening with baseball practices that I was expecting we would do this week, and I haven't got a reply yet. And I also can't remember who, but I tried following a couple of people that were sources that might be useful to me, either political or science sources. So I'm going to try to find out how that Tweeter works and see if it becomes a way for me to get off Facebook, because I can't stand Zuckerberg. And to be honest with you, if it wasn't my easiest way to go and plug into what I'll call reliable sources for political and scientific and other kinds of news, and to connect with my distant friends and family, I wouldn't be using Facebook. I would be boycotting it. So this may lead to that becoming the case. What else? Habs are up against the wall. We can be hopeful though tonight. It could be all over, or it could be a carryover to another game. We never know. I haven't given up hope, just that to be realistic, they weren't supposed to be there. Wait, go this way. Okay, Nessie. Okay. So as we approach the evening, we'll be focused on the hockey game at 8 o'clock. I wish it was 7 o'clock instead of 8. Pippi, come, we're going to go sit here. Come here. And so I guess this is end of season. Clearance of flowers and such. We're going to sit on the bench here and wait for Lily. Hey, Pip, let's sit. Oh, my goodness. Hey, are you a smiley girl today? So what I was going to say is I haven't been paying a lot of attention to Canadian politics. I just don't find let's call it the wheat crisis compelling as an issue. I do like the fact that Bill Morneau is gone, so to speak, and that Christia is in place. I do like Christia. I think Christia is a future PM. In fact, I think we'd all be wiser and better off if we voted more women into positions of government. Why? Because men have been absolute failures historically, if you look back, for the most part. Some exceptions. The testosterone factor is one of the things that I think it comes to play. And women, I think, have got the character and the emotional intelligence that the men are lacking, because they're too often competitive and too often unempathetic. But anyway, that's just my opinion. I'm not claiming I'm right here. That's just the way I look at it. And so far, women haven't had the opportunity to really prove themselves. You look at what's going on in New Zealand. I forgot what the young lady's name is. She's done an outstanding job from what I've read. And I kind of expect more women can do the same. With the exception of women like Ghislaine Maxwell and too many pop stars. Most women that I've met and ever talked to over my life, which is, I can remember from high school, always finding that it was more intelligent discussion with women than it was with guys. I know I'm oversimplifying, but that's the case. That was the case. That is the case to me today. And I'm a guy, so what can I say? I'm not very, I'm not very intelligent to talk to. Anyway, Pippi, what are you doing? But women did talk to me, so I must have had something going for me. What else? The Trump idiot and the disaster of the post office goings on, the disaster of the pandemic. It's just so frustrating when you know that he's a criminal, that was born a criminal and lived his life as a criminal, and now has surrounded himself with the pandemic team that's incompetent and is supported by the criminal Republican Party, who owns or who pays homage to Putin, who's a criminal and a murderer. I don't have evidence that Trump is a murderer, so to speak, other than his deliberate mismanagement of the pandemic. And by my definition, he is a murderer. But Putin, actually hired thugs to commit murder of opponents. And those are the facts if anybody wants to read about Putin. Anyway, let's change topic. So the hockey's tonight. I'm working on, I put I think it was the 8th or the 9th coat of varnish on the island top today, and I am very pleased with how it's coming about. I think I might put one more or two more coats on, let's say for a total of 10. And I'm working on, actually I've finished cutting and routing and sanding the moldings I'm making for my friend's kitchen. And I was going to stain them, but I left him all the stain of that color at his house when we were putting up the laminates. So I'm going to give him a shout, tell him his moldings are ready, and he's got to stain them, cut them, varnish them, etc. to put them in or on. And I had my third estimate for a roof today, so I've had two estimates now. They're both in the range that I don't like with taxes. I'm going to study a little bit further. I started researching the issue of types of shingles, and among the things I've learned is my shingles, when they were installed in 2004, were of a defective production at BP Canada. There were 3, 4, I don't know how many years where the product was defective. In fact, there's class action lawsuits I didn't know about until I started looking up on the web yesterday. Well, I don't think I'm going to get any relief from that, but at least I'll be open and aware to what quality of shingles, etc., I should be looking for, and what life expectation I should have. So, anyway, those are things going on, and I got so many damn things to do around the house, I can't do them all yet, but I'm trying to get them knocked off one by one by one. So the cooler weather is here, and that's the outlook for the next few days, depending on baseball practices and hockey and whatever else is going on. So I think it's only 17 degrees as we speak. This morning when we walked it was 12, and it's supposed to go down to 8 degrees this evening. So I told Lily to close the windows. I think our thermostats kick in at 10 degrees. All right, anybody that's listening or following or whatever, enjoy the day. Fall is coming, and my favorite time of the year. So we'll keep on mumbling. Hey, Pip, that's enough mumbles for today. You, my pretty. Oh, I guess I didn't have it aimed properly, did I? There we go.